You train your body and you track your macros. You wouldn't skip the gym for 3 months and expect to feel strong. But what about your brain? The part of you that makes every decision, holds every memory, feels every emotion. You let it run the same loops every day, and then you wonder why you are exhausted. I am a clinical hypnotherapist, and what I am about to tell you is something most people never hear until they are already in crisis. And if you like my content, I request you to subscribe to my channel for more understanding on mental gym. So let's dive deep into it now. See, the gap that nobody talks about is we have gym for the body, nutrition plans, sleep trackers, recovery protocols, and entire industries built around physical fitness. But what about mental fitness? We wait until we break, until the anxiety is unmanageable, until burnout has already arrived, until the overthinking has destroyed a relationship or the stress has started showing up in the body in the form of migraines, insomnia, a nervous system that won't rest. That is not prevention. That is damage control. The average ambitious professional spends years in this cycle and they think it's normal. They think this is just what hard work feels like. It isn't, my friend. It's not normal. Your conscious mind, the voice you hear when you think, handles maybe 5% of your daily functioning. The other 95%, it's subconscious. Your emotional reactions, your default thought patterns, the story that you tell yourself about who you are and what you deserve, your impulse to procrastinate, your tendency to spiral, the voice that says you are not ready, you are not enough, you are not safe. All of it runs on autopilot. Programs installed years ago. And some of those programs were written by you at age 7, or maybe 14, or maybe in the middle of a painful experience you haven't thought about in a decade. And here is what most people don't understand: you cannot outthink your subconscious mind. Affirmations alone won't touch it. Knowing what's wrong won't fix it. Awareness is the first step, but awareness without training is just information. And information doesn't rewire neural pathways, but repetition sure does. And that is exactly why I built the mental gym. It's 20 minutes every evening for 21 days. Just like a physical gym targets specific muscle groups, the mental gym targets the patterns that keep you stuck. Your overthinking, your emotional reactivity, the inability to switch off from work, self doubt that shows up right before you take a risk, the sleep that won't come because your brain won't stop running. Each session combines guided subconscious training. And this is where the hypnotherapy comes in. With visualization, self reflection, and evidence informed practices that build what I call mental muscle memory. You don't just learn about emotional regulation, you practice it daily until it becomes the new default. Now, this isn't a course where you watch videos and you take notes. No, it's a gym for your mental strength. You show up, you do the work, and you compound the results. Now, this is divided into 3 stages of 7 days each. The first week is all about awareness. Now, most people have never truly observed their own mind. They have been in the thoughts but never watched them. This week teaches you to step back, to notice the loop without becoming the loop, For many of my clients, this alone is life changing. You cannot change what you cannot see. The second week is pattern interruption. Now, this is where the hypnotherapy does its deepest work. Your subconscious has run the same program for years. We don't fight them. That's really exhausting and it rarely works. Instead, we install new programs, new neural pathways, new default responses to old triggers. The third week is integration week. Now, this is where the new patterns become automatic, where you notice yourself handling a situation differently. Not because you tried harder, but because your mind has been trained to respond differently. That is the goal. Not white knuckling through life, it's freedom. Now, here is what starts to shift. The overthinking quiets, not because you suppress it, because your brain learns there's nothing to scan for. Emotional reactivity drops. Things that used to trigger you still register, but they don't hijack you. Sleep improves because your nervous system stops treating bedtime as threat detection time. Decisions get clearer. See, when your mind isn't running 100 what if scenarios, you trust yourself more. And perhaps most importantly, you stop performing wellness. You stop telling people you are fine while quietly falling apart. Because you actually are fine. Or at least you have the tools to return to fine quickly. Now, this is not about becoming a different person. It's about removing everything that was never yours to carry. So, you already know whether your mental fitness has been neglected. You feel it in the exhaustion that isn't physical, in the thoughts that won't rest, in the emotional reactions that feel disproportionate to what actually happened. Now, that's not a character flaw, it's a training gap. And like any gap, it can be closed with consistency, with the right method, with someone who understands how the subconscious mind actually works. And if this resonates, you are not alone. And if it triggers, maybe ask why. The mind is the only muscle most people never train. And maybe it's time to do that now.